What's going on, people? So, if you've been around here long enough, you know that normally when I do my little shoe reviews or whatever else, I usually wear shirts that kind of go with the shoes, maybe color, maybe theme, one of those things. But since I don't really know what's in this box other than that it's made in the UK New Balance, I wasn't really sure what to wear with it. So I just went with this since it kind of went with the shoes I had on earlier. I guess I could have wore like a Pac shirt or something like that. He was made in the UK, right? But, no. So anyway, this right here. Some people out there do pay attention to my little community posts. Right? Why did I bring this up? Some people do pay attention to my little community posts, and I do appreciate that. I put one up not too long ago saying, hey, what haven't I reviewed that I should review? Because I like to try fresh things once in a while, you know what I'm saying? In between like the purchases that I've got my eyes on, I like to just kind of fill the void with trying new things. So I put that out there. I got a few replies. Some of them were like garbage. And then there was a couple good ones, right? So what was his name? I want to say it was Avery Bristol. He came through and he suggested these, not necessarily these specifically, but by model. He suggested these. So we're going to find out today if that man wasted my time or if he is potentially my new friend. Let's find out together. Also, from my time in England, in the UK, I remember Bristol being a place over there. So, yeah, I guess his name kind of is like in some way attached to this. It's all coming together now, isn't it? There's the side of the box for people that like to look at the sides of boxes. And here's the top of the box for people that like to look at the tops of boxes. This one, made in England since 1982, New Balance. Right? I kind of alluded to all that earlier. Let's go ahead and see what's going on in here. Okay, I kind of remember this. Vaguely. Very vaguely. There was another pair that I was looking at. It was like some multicolored thing, and it was on sale, so that's why I was looking at it. But then I thought, I don't really like these that much, So I'm going to find something that I do like. These were a little more pricey. I think that the retail was like $210 to $220. So the other ones would have been like $160 or something, $150. But, I figured if I'm going to take a chance, if it works out, I want it to at least be something that I really like. And I liked these a lot more than those other ones. So, real quick, looking over these things, seeing how things look in hand. So far, so good. Don't really see any problems, which means that now we can sit here and wait, what is this color-wise? I have no idea. Yellow and something else. You can usually tell kind of sort of by like the codes on the side of the box sometimes, at least with New Balances, but whatever. Either way, let's knock a review out on this right here, ladies and gentlemen. It is a New Balance 920 made in the UK in some kind of tannish sort of color with a little bit of navy blue down in there too. Right? Anyways, so as we generally do, we're going to talk about this shoe from top to bottom, but, well, I guess it's more from bottom to top, isn't it? Either way, across the bottom, that's what you're looking at. And down there, what you're seeing, you got a little bit of gray down there, you got some black on the outside, a little New Balance down here in the bottom corner. Overall, nothing too crazy, but I do like that little fancy part they have in the middle there. I don't know what it is, but I like it. Kind of reminds me of 12s in a way. So, there's that. Pretty simple, right? Let's move on up here to the midsole there. So basically, that's pretty much your standard stuff. You got some white down in the front, got some gray in the back, you got that end cap thing, of course, switching around to the back because this thing does swoop around. You got a little bit of New Balance going on up there. And then on the inside, very much the same as what you saw on the outside, just a little bit more gray. A little less white, right? So there's that for you. And now we've moved on from that. We're going to talk about this here upper, see what we're seeing. So far, I gotta say, things are looking really good, But let's get in here and get you some details, get you some of those up close shots that I generally do. I took a look at one of my reviews recently, once I zoom out after kind of tinkering around with it for a bit. So much of these reviews is covered by like pictures. I may as well just start doing voiceovers, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, getting back on topic, down here around the toe box, what you're looking at is a very nice feeling suede going on here, very soft, so I'm liking that. No surprises there. It is a made in the UK thing, which tends to mean you're going to get a lot of good quality going on down here, and this delivers. So you got that very nice, very soft, like I said. Switching up just a little bit, right above that, you do have that mesh style toe box, and that, what do you know, super high quality too. So far, so good with everything here. That's kind of in a sort of a grayish silver sort of color. You have a little bit more silver down here at the very bottom though, with that little 3M piece. So there's that for you. And now switching things back just a little bit here, moving on back. You do have some of that navy blue, midnight blue, or midnight navy that I was talking about before. You got some of that down here on the side. You also have a little piece up here on the top of the toe box area. And then down here on the inside area, you do have what appears to be a little flash of 3M. On the other side, you do have that same style, but there's just the mesh behind it, so slightly different. Now, moving back over here to the outside, into the middle-ish area, what you're looking at down there, pretty much just your standard N for New Balance, right? In case you're wondering what that N stands for, which you shouldn't. Anyways, so you got that going on. A little bit of gray, a little bit of blue, right? Kind of a theme for the shoe. And then behind that, you've got that tan color. Now this here, it feels more like a nubuckish kind of thing than the suede down here. So you got that going on all around here, outlining that N for New Balance. Again, for those that missed it. And then behind that, you do have that same mesh that you had on the toe box just over here. Equally soft though. And so then moving back just a little bit more, you got more of that midnight navy or whatever color you want to call it, which matches up with that 920 that's embedded onto here, stitched in onto here, whatever. And so there's that for you, kind of matching up with a little bit more of that mesh, and then a very nice feeling suede. Again, going on back here, same with this, what you had on the front of the shoe. So that's that. And then while we're back there, up above here, you do have that NB for New Balance, right? You did know that. I hope you knew that. Moving on, let's see. On the inside, once again, pretty much the same as we saw last time. Same sort of logo and all that stuff going on. Nothing too different there. So we're going to switch things on around to the front here. There is only one set of laces with these, and they are white. They're not laced up yet because that's just how they come. But these laces that you have in here, they're nothing special. They're just your standard flat white laces. They're a little better, in my personal opinion, than a lot of the Air Max type laces, so there is that. But overall, still nothing special, just standard white laces. And then over here with the tongue, you still have basically the same type of stuff you had everywhere else, just on the tongue, right? The only thing that's different is you have that big old New Balance made in England at the top. So there's that, and behind it, you do have more of that style that you have on the side here, where it's not so suede-y. It's more like I guess a nubuckish type of thing going on. But I do like it. I like it overall so far. So I believe we have covered the outside of this shoe from what I can look at and what I can see. So let's go ahead and just jump onto the inside here. So down here on the inside, on the insole, there's that, give you a little shot of it real quick. Basically all that's saying is New Balance 920, neutral cushion, SL1 fit. I don't know what that means, but I do know what that NB means. It means New Balance. Driving the point home, people. That's one of those things you got to do, you know? So there we go. I believe we have covered everything there is to talk about the shoe and what is on it. So I'll hit you with some personal thoughts as far as how the shoe came out. And I gotta say, I'm really liking it so far. The quality is where I expected it to be. Even this area down here where it's not quite suede is still really nice for what it is, you know? Which matches up basically, I didn't really get into it, but what you see here on the midnight navy portions is very much the same as what you see on the tongue as far as quality and material goes. So thumbs up all around. I'm liking the look. Everything's pretty solid. So far, Mr. Bristol is in the clear. But now I need to take a minute to go and put these on, walk around in them, see how they fit and all that good stuff, because that sometimes is a deal breaker. It really is. But I'm thinking I'm going to be okay. Only one way to find out though. Give me a second. Alright, I'm back. Let's talk about how these fit, how they feel, all that good stuff, right? So first off, we'll start with the sizing. Get that out of the way real quick. So I was a little skeptical about going with the whole 9.5 thing. That is my true to size. It works out pretty much for everything, but a lot of New Balances, to me, they do feel a little big, almost like the Aniki runners, right? Or maybe the night joggers. They just kind of have a large feel sometimes. These, I don't have that issue. So I'm going to say, go stick with your normal size that you would buy on your average anything else. So for me, that's 9.5, like I said. Worked out fine here. One thing that I will say is that I feel like if you're wearing thinner socks like I often do, that's probably where the larger feel comes in. So if your socks are a little bit thicker, that might help. But it's just something to think about. Though, always, as I suggest, if you have the opportunity to try something on before you buy it, totally do that. Now, past that, once you got your size all worked out and you find a pair of these, you are not going to regret it. That's just my personal opinion, and I'm going to tell you why, because what kind of review would this be if I didn't? So here's the thing, right? The materials on these, the upper feels solid. Like, when I say solid, I mean like amazing, thumbs up, really good, really good. So there's that for you, right? It's super light, super breathable, all the things that you want. This offers that, so I am very pleased with that purchase. Now, moving on to the midsole and all that stuff, I don't really have any complaints, but I'm also not really going to sit here and sing the praises because it's nothing amazing, but you don't really have to be sometimes. It's not as cushy as like Boost and stuff, which to some people might be a good thing. It's solid, right? But not too stiff. Hopefully that makes sense. So I like walking around in these. I feel like this is going to be a solid shoe to wear all day, all that good stuff. You're going to be fine with it. It's just that if you're looking for something super cushy, super soft, this doesn't offer that, but it does have some nice stability in there, so I can definitely recommend them for that reason. Hopefully that makes sense to you. As usual, if it doesn't, watch the video until it does. But past that, there's not really a whole lot else to say about this shoe, so I think I've covered everything. Said it's true to size, said it's super light, super breathable, super comfortable, all that good stuff. So I suppose we can just go ahead and wrap this thing up, right, and move on with our days. Except for you, Avery Bristol. I do approve of these. I approve of these on a high level, right? So if you would do me a favor, if you're watching this, which I assume you are, go ahead and get in touch with me. I'll put a little something in your pocket, as they say. Send you like a gift card or some Cash App dollars or Venmo, whatever you use. Just get in touch with me. My info is in the About tab, wherever that might be on the screen. You can email me through there. Or there's also the gram, that works. Or you can comment. I guess that's an option too, isn't it? But if you message me on like Instagram or something and I don't follow you, I'm not going to see it. So make it known that you messaged me. And then we can talk. There's also Twitter, which is the thing that I use very poorly. But anyways, past that, I think now we're good with this whole review thing. So I'm just going to wrap it up. I feel like it's gone on for a long time. So from me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. Especially you, Avery, because you did well for yourself. And I appreciate that. Let that be a lesson to the rest of you. All right? Later, people.